Listen up, this isn't a drill. Stock markets aren't just numbers on a screen. They're the battleground where your future gets decided, sometimes before you even realize it. Every crash, every panic, every crisis. Do you think they just happen by chance? Hell no. The markets don't just predict crises, they create them. They are instruments of fear, manipulation, and control, wrapped in flashing numbers and fancy graphs. And if you believe the market is some neutral, all-knowing oracle, you're already behind. You're watching billions move at lightning speed, algorithms triggering sell-offs, insiders whispering deals while you're left clawing for scraps. The real power? It's wielded by those who understand the system, not as a game of chance, but as a chess match where pawns are sacrificed for kings. And you, the founder, the investor, the leader, you're caught in this storm, feeling frustrated and helpless. You see the chaos erupting, the volatility swallowing companies, the trust bleeding from the system, and you ask yourself, is there a way to stop this? To beat it before it beats you? Here's the brutal truth. There isn't a secret prediction model or a magic crystal ball that saves you. The market creates crises because it feeds on fear, on herd mentality, on fake perceptions of risk and greed, fueled by shallow trust in outdated rules and fake stability. What you think is prediction is more often an engineered reaction, a self-fulfilling prophecy designed to shake confidence, trigger sell-offs, and line the pockets of the few while the many scramble. This is capitalism's dark engine, a system addicted to cycles of panic and profit. But don't let anger turn to helplessness. There is a way forward. And it's not about blind faith or reactive panic. If you want to beat these market games, first, cut through the noise. Stop believing every headline, every analyst, every whisper playing on your fear. Build true understanding. Dig into the fundamentals, but go deeper. Understand why the market moves and whose hands pull the strings. This means not just looking at companies, but decoding the flows of capital, the networks of influence behind the curtain, the patterns of human psychology driving mass moves. Next, become a master of control over your exposure. Don't play by their rules. Fragment your investments. Diversify not just by sectors, but by structures. Build portfolios immune to the usual triggers. Hedge, not with simple derivatives everyone uses, but with complex real-world assets and alternative value sources that the machine can't easily collapse. Then, and this is the key, build your own network. No leader, founder, or investor can survive alone in this jungle. Find the few who refuse to be victims, those who understand the system but won't worship it. Create fierce, brutally honest alliances that share knowledge, leverage, and opportunities. These bonds aren't just safety nets. They're launch pads to transcend the crisis cycles altogether. And finally, remember this. Markets can be instruments of transformation, but only when wielded by people who reject complacency. When capital flows towards innovation, breaking old structures, funding impossible ideas, you change the rules. Don't wait for the system to fix itself. It never will. You have to be the force that pushes it beyond its crumbling foundations. So burn this into your mind. Don't be a pawn reacting to crises. Be the mover, the shaker, the rare individual who transcends illusions, that fights for absolute freedom from inherited limits. Learn the real nature of markets. Master your position with ruthless clarity and build the connections that break the cycle. This is your battle, and it's not for the faint-hearted. You were born for more than watching disasters unfold. Capitalism's chaos is your forge. Use it. Forge a future where markets serve breakthrough, not collapse. Where crisis isn't a prophecy, but a challenge to overcome. The few who dare become the many who lead. Now is that moment. Step up or step aside.